What's up, everybody? It's me, Bryson Booker, and welcome to Video 3! Video 3! Yeah! Video 3! Video 3! Oh my god, a SpongeBob reference. Yeah, I know, but I just, it was proper, so I just had to throw it in there. Video 3 of BBTV's Cartoony Week. And this video is about a show that was just legendary. When you think of this show, when you see these characters, you're just gonna be like, legendary. Why? Because Animaniacs was made at a time when Warner Brothers was getting its mojo back. And when I say mojo, I mean not just relying on the Looney Tunes, you know, and their cartoons, you know, to tie them over. That all changed in, well, I would say, you know, it officially started in 1989 when this dude named Steven Spielberg, who we all know and love, you know, the god of movies, him, came to Warner Brothers and said, listen, man, Saturday morning cartoons suck. And so what did they do about it? They created Tiny Toon Adventures, which was a big hit. Then they came out with Animaniacs, which was an even bigger hit than Tiny Toons. And that's why Tiny Toons was probably canceled after, you know, really one big season in 1990. But anyway, instead of me just going blah, 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 blah about these three characters, I decided to be lazy and insert a video about them. And you be the judge.
Ooh, a giant Pez dispenser. Want one? Please.
Stop playing with my bust!
Good night, everybody.
Get back in your tower!
I thought you needed us to be as skeletataries.
Never! And give me back my paperweight!
Okay, but you have to wait a while. Good night, everybody.
Yakko, can you conjugate?
Oh, me? I've never even kissed a girl.
No, it's easy. I'll conjugate with you.
Good night, everybody.
You don't understand. Let me go to the board and show you.
Don't look.
I am Ludwig von Beethoven, world-famous composer and pianist.
You're a what?
A pianist!
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
Now, if that doesn't sum up the genius of this show, and its writing, and its jokes, and its references, I don't know what does. Legendary. And this is volume 1 of that legendary show, created by Steven Spielberg, starring Tress MacNeille as Dot, Jess Harnell as Wacko, and the man himself, Rob Paulsen, as Yakko. And some other cast of characters, which are depicted here. You got the Hip Hippos, Pinky and the Brain, who eventually got their own series. Hello Nurse, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. Skippy from Skippy and Slappy Squirrel, I think one of my favorite segments on Animaniacs. You got Rita right there, but you also got other segments like the Good Feathers and Mindy and Buttons. And, you know, segments like that, the Good Idea, Bad Idea segments, which I actually did a parody of not too long ago, if you caught that. Katie Kaboom, but Katie Kaboom is actually not in this. The segments aren't really in this volume. They're in the next volume. But a good chunk of episodes from Animaniacs Season 1 are on this DVD box set. You can consider Animaniacs Season 1 to be the Fox Kids era, and that's where they got away with a lot of their jokes and a lot of their silliness. Because when they moved to the WB, the Warner Brothers new channel for their back then new content, which shows like Animaniacs and Freakazoid, you know, when they moved there in 1995, you can tell that there was kind of a minor change in how the characters acted and how the stories were. So I would say some of the best moments of Animaniacs came from those 2 years, I would say, on Fox Kids. But they were still good on the WB, but the WB really didn't treat them right because of this new fangled thing called Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. doubt the WB chose Pokemon over Animaniacs for a lot of things because, number one, kids were crazy about Pokemon in the mid to late 90s, especially the late 90s. And Pokemon chunked up half of the WB schedule. It did. It did. It really did. And then that led to other anime shows coming to the WB, which eventually led to 4Kids TV, which obviously were famous for English dubs of anime programming. But when Pokemon hit, I'm telling you, shows like Animaniacs, Freakazoid, Away, and all those other shows that made the kids WB great for like the first 3 years of its run were flushed down the toilet by Pikachu and the rest of the gang. Thanks a lot, Pokemon. Thanks a lot. But anyway, here's some of the episodes that are on Volume 1 of Animaniacs and not Pokemon. No offense to all the Pokemon fans, but you guys really screwed up the WB. Thanks a lot. But anyway, you got the first episode, obviously Desanitized is on here. Bumpy'S Mom, the episode where Skippy and Slappy Squirrel go to a movie and Skippy watches a redo of Bambi, but obviously with Bumby. And, you know, Bumpy's mom gets killed, and Skippy's wondering, like, what happened to Bumpy's mom? And so Slappy goes to take him to see her. Obviously, that's a classic. Anybody who loves Animaniacs remembers that short. King Yakko is on here, which features a whole more buttload of dirty jokes. Let me see what else is on here. Chalkboard Bungle, a meatball of consequences, a moving experience. You got Plane Pals, when, you know, the Animaniacs go on the plane with the legendary segments. People, yes, they are on Volume 1. And it's 5 discs. Obviously, you got the Pinky and the Brain shorts that also make their appearances. Some of the first Pinky and the Brain episodes, you could consider them as. But you got 5 discs. And I kind of really don't like how Warner Brothers put these discs in here. Because they can easily get scratched if you try to stuff them and put them in the wrong way. And things like that. And you can easily put them out of order. Obviously, I didn't do that. So, there you go. There's all the discs. And there is one, yeah, just one special feature on Volume 1. Weird. Isn't that funny? Volume 1, you only get one special feature. The special feature that they put on here is Animaniacs Live. And so that is when, basically, Warner Brothers got all the creators, got all the writers, producers, music directors, things like that. And they basically told you how they made Animaniacs, how they made some of the segments they did, how they got the music in there. You know, it's a very, very interesting featurette. One that, you know, I wish they put on many cartoon DVDs, because let's just face it, guys. When you get shows like this on DVD, they either have a game featurette, they either have like a stupid soundbite featurette. I mean, the only people serious about doing this is Animaniacs and The Simpsons, but most of the other DVD box sets, you don't get featurettes like that, and I wish you would, because it's very informative, and it basically shows you how your favorite show was made. And isn't that something important that you would like to know? Just saying, you know, DVD distributors, isn't that something important that us, the viewers, the fans, would like to know? Thank you. Anyway, this is Animaniacs Volume 1. This show is legendary. It had a legendary run. It had some legendary jokes, legendary references. And even though it was kind of tossed in the corner towards the end of its run, they made the best of it. They made the best of whatever they had to deal with at Warner Brothers. They even made the best of Pinky Elmira in the Brain. And I'm not even going to go. That's a whole nother show for a whole nother time, for a whole nother cartoony week. So, that's my review of the Animaniacs Volume 1 box set. Go pick it up, man. If you're a real 90s fan, you would already have this in your collection. So, why are you watching this video if you already have it? But, for the people that don't, go out and get it. Because it is something that's going to stay in American history. It's probably going to be part of American history. It better be, at least in the animation world. It's Animaniacs from Steven Spielberg and Amblin Entertainment with Warner Brothers home video. Go pick it up.